Have you ever felt, well, stuck? Like you want a big change in your life, but you're just not sure where to even start.
Hmm.
We often aim for these huge shifts, but maybe the real secret, the key, is actually something much smaller.
Yeah, surprisingly small.
Today, we're diving into how tiny, consistent changes can actually lead to really massive results.
That's exactly right. And our main guide for this is James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. It's really popular for a reason.
Right.
Clear makes this really interesting point right away. He says, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems.
Systems, not goals.
Yeah. So many of us, we define these big dreams, maybe running a marathon or learning a language, but we forget to build the actual daily habits, the systems that get us there.
Ah, okay. So that's the gap we need to bridge.
That's the gap, and that's what we'll unpack for you today.
It sounds like Clear is saying the story we tell ourselves, our internal belief, kind of shapes what happens externally. So if we want real change, where does he say we should begin?
Precisely. He stresses that real change starts with identity. It's not just about the things you do, it's about who you believe you are.
Okay.
So don't just say, I want to run. Instead, try saying, I am a runner.
That feels different.
It does, right? Think about someone saying, I'm not a smoker, versus someone saying, I'm trying to quit. The first one is about identity. It's a much stronger stance.
I see. So it really prompts the question, what identity do you actually want to build?
Exactly. Who do you want to become?
Okay, so identity is the foundation.
Got it.
But once we know who we want to be, how do we build the actual habits? The day-to-day stuff. Our brains love instant results. How do we actually get started?
Right, that's the practical side. And that's where Clear introduces the habit loop. It's got 4 steps: cue, craving, response, and reward.
Cue, craving, response, reward.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is how we can kind of engineer this loop, like feeling tired. That's your cue. Then you get a craving for energy. Your response might be grabbing coffee. And the reward, feeling awake.
Makes sense.
So if you want to, say, read more, you could make the book itself the cue. Leave it right on your pillow.
Ah, make it obvious.
Make it obvious. It's fascinating how just tweaking your environment can trigger these new good behaviors.
And it sounds like it's not about these huge, dramatic changes overnight, right? It seems like smaller is better here.
Totally. That's Clear's 1% rule.
Yeah.
It's pretty powerful. If you just improve by 1% each day, it doesn't sound like much, does it?
No, not really.
But because of compounding, you'll actually be about 37 times better after a year.
Wow, 37 times. That's huge.
It really is. We tend to underestimate how small improvements add up over time for good habits, and bad ones too, unfortunately. It's all about consistency, those tiny steps forward, not being perfect.
But sticking with it, that's often the hard part, isn't it? Motivation can just vanish sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. It comes and goes. And that's why Clear says design beats willpower.
Design beats willpower. I like that.
Yeah. The idea is simple. Make the good habits super easy to start and make the bad habits difficult.
Okay, like how?
Well, want to go to the gym more? Put your gym shoes right by the door. Can't miss them.
Right. Reduce the friction.
Exactly. Need to focus. Maybe lock your phone in a drawer or another room for an hour. Make the distraction harder to access.
So the question we should ask ourselves is, how can I make this new habit I want so easy it's almost automatic?
That's the key question. Make it easy.
And for these habits to really stick, to become part of who we are, is there a final piece? Something we might overlook?
Yes, definitely. Reward yourself. Habits need to feel good for your brain to want to repeat them.
Ah, the positive feeling.
Exactly. Your brain needs that little dopamine hit, that sense of satisfaction. It doesn't have to be big. After a workout, just, give yourself a mental high five or listen to a song you love.
Or maybe watch your favorite show after studying.
Perfect example. Simple rewards like that help your brain connect feeling good with the new habit. It makes you want to do it again.
So if we boil it all down, what's the main message here, it sounds like? Don't get paralyzed waiting for the perfect grand plan.
Right, don't wait.
Instead, focus on building that perfect habit. One tiny change, done consistently every single day. That's the atomic part, right?
Yeah.
Small but powerful.
That's it. Small steps, big results over time. So the question for everyone listening really is, what habit will you start today? Even just a tiny one.
That's a great question to end on. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive.
My pleasure. We really hope this discussion helps you on your journey to building some powerful new habits. Have a wonderful day.